Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be super easy, beginner friendly, and I am going to show you guys how to achieve this gorgeous silk press look as a quick weave. This is not my real hair, but it looks like it, doesn't it? So I'm going to show you guys step by step on how I did my base and how I achieved this beautiful silky smooth look and how I got my leave out to blend just as seamlessly. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look, make sure you keep on watching. Alrighty, so let's get into this beautiful hair. So today I will be showing you guys another CurlsQueen video. You guys know I review their hair so often. Honestly, I vouch and stand behind this company so bad that this is how much I review their hair. So today we're switching it up and I'm showing you guys their 20-inch 300-gram light Yaki bundles. Y'all, this hair was so tea. Mind y'all, when they sent me this hair, I was like, what am I supposed to do with 2 bundles? Like, let's be so for real. But this was the perfect amount of hair. The density was absolutely beautiful and so natural, and I'm going to show you guys track by track on how I did my placements to show you how you can achieve the same look with 2 bundles as well. So for my braid down, I did 5 basic braids on each side in the most minimal leave out. Braids are not perfect, but they're flat, and that's all that matters. So I'm doing this a little bit different. I'm using 2 brown stocking caps. I'm using brown because my hair is brown, not black. And then I'm going to go in with my wrap strips, and this is actually going to be my protective shield from the glue getting onto my hair. Now I'm not going in with no freeze spray, no bonds, liquid protective shield that I have to blow dry and make sure it's hard and sit under the dry and all that. Not doing that. I've did that multiple times on my quick weaves and it's just not efficient for me. It's messy. The protective shield liquid's getting everywhere. It's sticky. It's all over the place. But I do have 2 videos already up on my channel using the protective shield and the freeze spray method. So if y'all want to check that out, I'll have that linked in the description box and also right here. And I'll see if I can find the comment. But in one of those videos, someone commented and said they was highly allergic to the protective shield. What can they do instead of that? So I told her that I was interested in doing this method with the wax strips and the 2 caps, and that's what I'm showing you guys today. And honestly, I'm going a little too hard on the freeze spray and the protective bond shield because when I only had 1 to 2 inches of hair, that held me down because I didn't have any hair to sew down anything. So it just depends on what you're working with, but since I do have a little more to work with, this is more efficient. And y'all are probably wondering why I just didn't wrap these things all around my hair and then cut out my leave out, because look how clean this is. Like, I'm using the most minimal amounts of wrap sheets. It's not going to be crunchy on my hair because I'm using what I need and not just wrapping these wrap strips all around my head and then cutting out my leave out. So as you guys can see, I'm literally cutting out what I don't need, cutting from the excess strips on my head and then just reapplying them to my head. And I'm just cutting and repeating the same thing. And no, this glue is not getting on my hair because I'm overlapping the wax strip onto the previous wax strip. So nothing is going on the stocking cap or anything. So don't worry about it getting on your braids or on the cap. And as I was gluing these down, I was pulling them pretty tightly because no, I don't want no crunch in my hair either, okay? Because quite actually, this is paper on your head, so pulling them tightly just ensures that it's nice and flat and the perfect base for our next step. So this is the second part. Now we're going in with our second stocking cap and we're going to sew this stocking cap down. So since we don't have the Morning Glory protective shield and the freeze spray locking the cap and like melting it into our braids, this is going to ensure that the quick weave's not going anywhere. It's not going to melt off your head. It's not going to be able to be pulled off of your head, and the tracks will be nice and secure, okay? So you can continue sewing the cap around your leave out, but I just used the glue because I wanted it to be flatter. I had already sewed down the wrap strips right there, so I didn't want to keep putting just needle and thread on my leave out. I wanted it to be as flat as possible, and as you guys can see, the result is looking so good so far. Now I'm just cutting off that excess cap, and this is our flawless base, and we're ready to glue our hair on. So this is the hair washed, conditioned, and air dried, and as you guys can see, I did color this hair, and I only did this as a bleach bath. I didn't put any color on this hair. This is literally just bleach, hot water, and developer. I just left one of the bundles in longer than the other one just to add some dimension to my hair. So for the first few tracks that I'm laying, I'm going to go right by my ear. So I'm going to curve those tracks, not going past my ear, and I just want to fill in that that bottom half nape area. I don't want to curve up just yet because I am going to do face framing layers and I want to reuse this hair. I don't want to start cutting those bottom pieces up. So I'm putting my glue on, laying that down, and then blow drying it. And this is track 2, laying it right above that first track, and then for the third track I'm going to do the exact same thing. And I don't know how I was doing my hair without this 3-way mirror before I got this thing, because girl, this has cut down the time of me doing my hair drastically. So for the next 4 tracks I'm going to start laying this framing into my face, and I just feel like when you lay the tracks like this, it looks so much better when you decide to cut layers in it, or if you just put curls in the hair, it just looks more aesthetically pleasing than laying the tracks just straight across. And I'm gonna curve them like this for 4 rows until I go into my final track placements. Don't work my nerves, you know I can So once I finished laying those 4 tracks like this is how my hair was looking. And as you guys can see, no glue is on my hair. Everything is still protected. And this is all the hair that I have left. And that was the amount of space that I had left to work with. So for the next 4 tracks, I'm going to just lay them straight across so we can close in this little gap that we see here. And I'm placing them pretty close together because I don't want anything being see-through towards the top of my hair. That'll just be very unpleasant. So I'm just squeezing those in, and I'm going to get as close to my leave out as possible without getting it onto my leave out. And once I laid my final and 11th track towards the top, this is how it was looking. Nothing was on my real hair and everything was just super polished and flat. So this was the hair that I had left over unused, and of course I'm going to add more to my head. So I had a little gap at the bottom that I was cautious of not putting too much hair because I didn't think this was going to be enough hair. So now that I do have enough, I'm just going to add that, and it fit perfectly. Like I didn't even have to cut it. So in total, I used 12 tracks and still had about 4 to 5 inches of a track piece left. So for styling, I'm using my Silk Infusion to smooth throughout the bundles. And just before I get into that, y'all, look how neat and just nice this looks. But back to styling, I'm going to be using my Babyliss flat iron. I actually am using it on 450-degree heat, and look at the difference from the light Yaki to it being a flat iron. It looked so good. And my dolls, please listen to me. If you want your hair to be silky, bone straight, flat, flowy, you need, I mean mandatory, not even up for debate, must chase your rat tail comb with your flat iron. Even before that, part your hair in sections, in small sections. This is not a quick, fast job. Your hair will be fuzzy. As you guys can see, I'm literally rocking, looking around because this takes time. So it's not fun. It's actually quite boring, but the results are worth it, and your time will not be wasted because you won't have to go back and have to go over the sections twice or 3 times to achieve this look. Take your time the first time and do it right. Now, granted, some people may want a more fluffier look, but I wanted to go for a more silkier look this time. I mean, this hair is, after all, light Yaki, so you don't have to straighten this hair at all. I just wanted it to be a little more flowy and look like a silk press, so that's why I'm doing a bone straight look with my flat iron. Now, if you decide to curl this hair, I probably would not recommend doing this step because when your hair is silky like that, those curls do not be staying. So if you want to curl your hair, just do it straight from how the hair came from the package. Don't do this, okay? And this was how the hair was looking once I finished both sides before I do my leave out. And also, if you guys want that comb attachment that was on my flat iron, I'll have that linked below. Now, finally, for the leave out, I'm gonna cut off the rest of that stocking cap, and this is how it should look once everything is glued down and ready to do our leave out. So for this, I'm going to be using 2 heat protectants. Y'all, I'm not trying to damage my hair this time around. So first I'm going in with the Kenra hot spray, and then I'm going to use the Chief 44 Iron Guard right after. And y'all, this is water-based heat protectant, so I like to use this before I blow dry my hair because it will frizz your hair up. Y'all, my hair was frizzing by the second. I was like, what the heck is going on? But I kept blow drying, and I'm just like, yo, why is this still frizzy? So I looked at the ingredients, y'all. The first thing on the ingredients is water. So do this let it air dry on your hair first, then blow dry. So child, after all that, I had to go back and re-blow dry my hair because my ends were not smooth. So this time I went in with my Silk Infusion and smoothed that from root to tip of my Leaveout. And y'all, when I tell you this made all the difference, the base of your blow dryer will really determine how silky and how flowy your silk press will be. And also stacking these products lightly on top of each other is helping my hair to be less frizzy during the process of me flat ironing it. So in addition to that, I'm gonna go in with my Apogee Gloss Therapy Polisher Spray. And I love this spray because one, it smells good, but it's also very lightweight. It doesn't make my hair feel heavy. It doesn't make it look greasy, but it gives that nice healthy shine without having to put thick oils or serums into my head. So now I'm going in and I'm doing the chase method with my Leaveout, and I'm using my Chi ceramic flat iron. Y'all, I will not dare put another babyless flat iron onto my actual hair. I fried it the last time I did that. So ceramic plates for my Leaveouts and my real hair, titanium plates for my bundles. And y'all, this is how it's looking so far. We're still not done. You can still kind of see my Leaveout from the bundles, but we're gonna apply our gloss therapy continuously throughout the entire installation for our hair to make our Leaveout blend flawlessly with the bundles. So once I finish flat ironing my Leaveout, I'm going to touch my roots, just my roots, with my hot comb and make sure that flattens out any bumps or frizziness that the flat iron couldn't quite catch. And this was the final result of flat ironing my Leaveout, and it looks so good already. I didn't have to do anything, but I cannot go outside like this. My hair will frizz up. I know my hair, you may be different, but I need to put a little more coating on my Leaveout to make sure it does not frizz or puff up. So finally, the last step is, of course, making sure I trim my ends. I'm using my Leaveout as a guide to do some nice light face framing layers, not nothing too serious or too deep, y'all. I'm literally just using a guide and giving my ends a nice blunt cut so it can be nice and healthy and have that nice flow to it, as you guys can see. And this is how my hair looked after I cut the layers. I tied my hair down for about an hour because I was going out, and this was my final result. OMG, I was obsessed with the final result, y'all. My Leaveout melted into the bundles. It was so flowy. Look how gorgeous and silky this looks. And I know that you guys can achieve this look or even better because you're gonna follow the same steps and it's gonna come out just as good. So if you guys are interested in this hair, any products that I used in this video, or if you're just interested in buying some bundles or anything from CurlsQueen, I will have everything linked in the description box below, and I will also have a coupon code for you guys if you want to save a little cash, because I know how these bundles can get a little expensive. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I surely hope to see you guys in my future videos. Happy holidays. Bye guys. Mwah.
Baby mama